So my name is Adrian D'Souza. So the Sparks Foundation task 1 that was provided to me. So prediction using the supervised machine learning model. So basically to predict the question was to predict the percentage of a student based on the number of hours that he studies. So this is a simple linear regression task as it involves only two variables. So what I'll be doing is making use of the given data set that was provided of the student, which includes number of hours that a student studies and the corresponding score that he obtains. So our task is to develop a linear regression model to predict the score of the student based on the total amount of hours invested by him in studying for that particular test. So to begin with, I am importing the libraries, the pandas, numpy, matplotlib. Then after that, reading the data set provided. So I'm using the read underscore CSV. So here the data frame is equal to PD, that is the pandas that I imported, and the link of the CSV file. Okay, so here I'm displaying a TF that is provided. So I've got two, that is the hours and the score. So over here, I'm describing my given data frame. As you can see, there is only two columns, that is our scores, and these are the labels for it, that is of count, mean, STD, and all. So now performing the count, and I perform a check to see if there are any outliers or anything or any missing value of data, and the hours and scores are both 25, 25, so it looks to be proper. There is no missing data or any corrupt data. So now performing the plot for hours studied versus my score obtained. So I'm using the plot function. So therefore I'm making my x-axis as hours and the y-axis as my score. Okay, so x-axis, as you can see here, the x label I made it hours studied, y is score obtained, and here this is x is my column. Okay, from there, and y is my scores over here, as you can see, hours and scores. So this is the plot that I've obtained. Okay, so now I'm preparing my data. So we divide our data into attributes, which is inputs, and labels, outputs. So therefore I'm using my ilog function. So basically I am taking the first column as my x and the next one as my y to plot a relation. So I'm plotting a relation between hours x and scores y. So now I'm printing my x. So this is my x array and this is my y array. So now I have to split the data set into test and training. So therefore in data science, anything we need to do, we have to train our given data set. So therefore I'll be importing a model selection and linear model to split my given x and y into x train, x test, y train, and y test. Okay, and the test size is 0.5 I'm specifying. So now to train a model, I'm importing the linear regression module from linear underscore model. Okay, and I'm using this variable reg. So now first thing I do is fit my x underscore train and my y underscore train with my regression model. Then after that I plot the line of regression. So using the scatter plot, so scatter, and then I'm plotting this. So show this is the line of linear regression that is fitted based on the hours I've studied and the score I've obtained. Now just to compare the predicted and the actual one. So here my data frame is equal to the actual that is in my y test store and my predicted, which will be obtained by using my linear regression dot predict x underscore test, and I get this table value for each of the inputted value. Now making the prediction, so my predicted value will be regression dot predict 9.25 as it was specified in the question. So in our task, we have to find for the R of 9.25. So for a score of for hours of 9.25, my score that is obtained is approximately 92.245%. So depicting the accuracy of my model of train and test, and then checking for the mean absolute error, I've imported metrics R2 underscore from sklearn sklearn.matrix, and thus I've found the mean absolute error that can exist and the mean square error. So this was the first task that was provided to me by the Sparks Foundation. Thank you.